G'day all and welcome back to Nat Snacker's Yard Garden Edition and probably Lacquer Edition. Yeah, that's probably going to be this one. So my 2K hasn't turned up yet, but that's fine for the tank. But this is post 2 cans of lacquer. So by lacquer I mean Halford's Best. Now with this stuff there's no ball in it, it's just a can of free flow lacquer. So what you will find, you can see a little bit there, what you will find is you will get drips on the end. So when you are painting lacquer, top tip from that, always have a bit of rag next to you, and then every minute or so just give the nozzle a wipe. Now you should do it with normal spray paint, but I tend to find I don't need to, frankly. It doesn't seem to happen if you've got the can nice and warm. So it's a warm can. By warm I mean not discomfort to hold, not burning your hand, but you should know you're holding it type thing. So it's, you know, more than or way above body temperature, but not hot enough that you can't hold it, obviously. So yeah, just keep wiping, otherwise it will occasionally just lob out a blob, and it has on occasions here where I wasn't concentrating. But I mean, it'll rub down, it's not an issue, but you want to save yourself some rubbing down. So it's looking nice. It's calmed down the yellow a little bit. It's in the shade there, can't quite see it quite so well, but it's calmed down the yellow a little bit, which is nice. It's just bronzed it and golded it a little bit more, so it's not quite so shouty. Rear grab rail staying black. I haven't put any lacquer on that, but it needs to look good because it's very prominent, and actually I'm really quite chuffed with my little repair on the back that you can't see at all now. So yeah, happy with that. Talk about Heath Robinson solutions. That's the rear sections. Now I've tagged them together because what I've struggled with in the past is getting even on panels that mate. So you know, that one looking like that one, looking like that one. So this time around I've just tagged it together. I could have left it hanging vertically, but I find it difficult to spray vertically, weird shapes and blah blah. And if it's at the bottom, it's hard to spray and you end up missing really prominent edges. So the way I like to do it, although this is a fairly new thing, is try and hold at least some of the panels in a similar orientation than they'd be on the bike, although that bike could be doing a massive wheelie, but you know, close enough. So it's hooked up at the top and propped up with a rake. Very technical, Nat, well done you. But fundamentally it holds it in a position that I can spray it, and I think that's quite even. Excuse my shadow. So that's nice and even and looking really rather good, I have to say. Right, I'm going to leave that for a few hours now. I'll let that key in a little bit more, then I'm going to take the hose out from underneath, just because I don't want it falling off at some point, but we should be fine. It's not really too much of a drama and it's not windy today. So I'm going to leave that doing its thing and hope that the 2K rocks up at some time so I can finish this video. Cheers all, catch you in a bit. Right, so it is a lot later and the postman's been. And I've gone back to my original one, my Pro XL 2K Clear. I just prefer this stuff. I mean, it's not cheap, depending on what site you get from. You can get between sort of 16 to 20 quid for one of those. That is the 500mm, I think. There we go, yeah, 500mm. It's got the old ring pull, so it is quite difficult to do one-handed. Pull out that far, give it a twist a few times, that mixes the hardener and the lacquer. Give it a good shake. This stuff, you know, I know I wax lyrical about keeping cans warm. This stuff really needs to be warm, so warm it up. Warm bath is the easiest way of doing it. Warm bath, a jug with some more water in it. So, you know, some out the kettle, some out the hot tap. Get it nice and warm, keep it nice and warm, and put it on. Hello mate, you come to check. Good girl. There we go, and it's on the tank. So that is that one 500mm can, which, you know, I've used one per tank a few times now. It's more than enough. I do have a second can, but I'm not going to put it on here. It just doesn't need it. It really doesn't. It's absolutely fine as is. The other one I've just bought for the next project. This stuff cures really quite quickly if you do it in nice thin layers. So, you know, touching somewhere there, it's not going to show. You know, that is dry in inverted commas. It doesn't mean I'm going to go anywhere near it with anything abrasive for a long while yet, but whilst the weather's nice and sunny, why not leave it out? But it's gone on nice. There's a few bits of garden crap that fell on it at various points, but it's only going to get rubbed down now anyway, so it's not really a problem. But it's more the colour that I'm interested in, and it's gone beautiful. It really has. Actually quite classy in the sun. Now bearing in mind that it's just straight lacquer, so you could just chuck that on your bike and be quite happy. Really could. There's really not that much orange peeling on there, but there is some, so if I can make it better, why wouldn't I? So I'm going to let that cure off and sort itself out. Now I have to admit, I really very nearly forgot the fuel cap this time, which is really daft of me. I've decided not to go for anything Fandango or continue the stripe like I have on the other one. I've just gone for straight black this time. I think there's more than enough detail on that tank this time that continuing the stripe through the cap would have just been too much for it. So I've just gone black. I remember just before I got to the tank, which is a good thing because this has got the 2K clear on it as well, because weirdly enough it's probably the bit that's most likely to get fuel on it and drips, particularly on the rim around the actual fuel cap. So that's curing nicely in the sun. And finally moving on to the panels themselves that look really very good. Now the mudguard I have given a rub down and a bit of a polish just to work out what was going on with the colour, and I'm really very impressed with the colour, really impressed, and a good shine as well. So next job is to work my way through the panels various and get them rubbed down and polished.